Next category we're going to look at for shirts is flannels. Flannel shirts often have a stronger sell-through rate than shirts from that brand overall. And what I have pulled up here is Carhartt flannel. As always, we are buy it now and pre-owned. And I've got 1,200 plus results. And let's flip over to our solds. We've got 1,000 plus results. So that's a pretty quick seller. And you can see also you can get some nice prices for Carhartt flannels. Carhartt, like a lot of brands though, it's a very large and popular brand. So you're also going to have people that are in here selling literally just cleaning out their closets and might sell stuff for like 14 bucks like that, although they had high shipping. But generally speaking, it's not that hard to get 25 or 30 bucks for a Carhartt flannel. Some of your bigger sizes will go over a pound, so keep that in mind in your pricing and what you're paying to get it, because it's going to be more expensive to ship. Now, notice that is slightly under 100% quarterly sell-through rate. Okay, but big warning from Captain Obvious here. Flannels are affected by the seasons. In the hotter weather, flannel sales slow down. That's just how it is. So if you don't know how to find that chart in eBay, check out my how-to video on Terapeak. It'll show you how to find it. So what you'll find is there are brands that have 100% sell-through on flannels in the winter and fall, and then less than that in the spring and summer. That's just the way it is. Some really good examples of that are LL Bean and Polo Ralph Lauren. In the fall and winter, you can sell the flannels no problem. Obviously, it's going to slow down in the hotter weather. Other good thing about that, as we're starting to go into hotter weather now, you'll start to see really good flannels show up in the thrift stores. So if you're at a place in your business where you can afford to shop off season, I would definitely pick those up. I would still list them. They still have a chance to sell, but the sales on these will slow down in the spring and summer. So don't run out and buy 400 flannels and then complain to me that they're not selling because, it's hot. So other ones you can look for, all of your sort of like mall level surf brands, the flannels in those brands tend to do well. So here I've got Quicksilver flannel. We had 89 active and 86 sold. So right at that 100% sell through rate. And you can get some decent prices on these, particularly vintage pieces. And there's some low prices as well. You'll see similar numbers on flannels for brands like O'Neill and Volcom. Not quite as strong with Billabong, but when you see those surfer skate brand flannels, definitely stop and look those up. And now here is a bolo for you. This brand is Dixon with 2 X's. We've got 572 listed. And you can see the prices people are asking on these pre-owned flannels, okay? Those are high prices, aren't they? Let's look at the solds. We have over 1,100 sold, so we have almost twice as many sold as listed. And you can see the prices people were asking were not that crazy. So big time bolo here. I'm going to put up a picture of the tag so that you know to look for that. And if you ever find one, I would buy it almost regardless of condition. It's probably going to sell and for some pretty good money. And then the last thing I want to say about flannels, Pendleton is a great illustration of this. I've got Pendleton flannel, 2,200 results, and we have 2,000 plus solds. And Pendleton is a tricky brand at times, but in the flannel category, it's very clear cut. And you'll see here on the solds, wool, 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 wool. You get the point. So not just with Pendletons and not just with vintage flannels, but just in general, if you find a flannel shirt that is 100% wool or has wool content, I would stop and look that one up very carefully because wool is a very desirable fabric that people go after, and I would thoroughly comp that and make sure whether you should pass on it or not. The wool content of a flannel can make it more desirable and more valuable.